put it on because it was a Christmas holiday spirit, 10K to Christmas. Come on, this is if you're not fired up by now, if you're a mother, I really got prepared for today because I want to stay focused because I'm a kid that just I'm a kid. Trust me, I'm the sixth kid in my house. I have five children, five beautiful children, three grandkids, and I just want to say one thing before I get in my conversation. The ladies that you guys are setting the best example for other moms, and Michelle leads with you, Amy, Desiree, all you guys, and I call her Boom Boom. She knows who I'm talking about. You guys are just incredible what you're doing. It's not the money, and I love this about this business. It's not the money. What you guys are doing, creating for other women to inspire. I am so fired up, and I'm not a woman. Okay, I'm fired up because that's what life is meant to be. This is what life's supposed to be. We were not. We had been raised right. I grew up on a farm, raised to work hard, sit down, shut up, and listen. And that's my air. I was raised to do that. So when I went into the Marine Corps for 4 years, what did I hear in the Marine Corps? Sit down, shut up, and listen. Then I went into corporate America. I worked in corporate America for 25 years and very successful career in the grand scheme of corporate America. Okay. And it was in retail. So I was in a retail company and we started that company with 300 stores. And when I left that company, the day that I was told my job had been eliminated, we had 1,200 stores and we had six different countries. So my team and I were very part of that corporate America world. So if there's anything I can express to you, I was never home. And let me give you an example of what I mean by never home. Again, five kids, married 31 years to a beautiful person, and I really wasn't there. But I was bred to do what I was supposed to do, right? Go to school, get good grades, sit down, shut your mouth, and work your butt off. Married, get home, have a kids, build a home, right? And that's what I know. Now, my schedule for many, many years, and this is the last 7 years that I worked. I live in California. I was flown to Minnesota or wherever else they asked me to go. So I left my house Monday morning. I got on a plane and I wasn't back in California till Friday afternoon. And then I still worked. Now, you're not going to hear me complain because the life that I have in California with my beautiful five children, they all went through college. They all did the right things. I did what I was supposed to do. Like, because that's how I was raised. There's a lot of you out here that did the same thing I did because that's all we knew. Now, oh, I get fired up because all of a sudden one day they came into my office. Now, mind you, I'm four cubicles down from the CEO of the company. I want to share that with you. Okay. And they weren't there that day. And two of us on that same floor got told, thank you for your service. Your role has been eliminated. You want a shock of a lifetime? I'm 50. Actually, at the time I was 54. What am I supposed to do? Like, really, what do you do? So, anyway, fast forward, I got recruited to a couple other companies because of the role that I specifically did. It is a wanted role. So, I got recruited. In my journey, I ended up flying to 4 different states. I almost moved to North Carolina because I was going to get offered. And then I went to Indianapolis and I went to Cincinnati. Every one thing about everything that happened, these roles that I was being offered were incredible roles. 10 years ago, I'd have jumped at them. They were insane, right? But the one thing that I didn't want to do after being home for about 4 to 5 months was I got to know my wife again. I got to know my kids again and my grandkids. I think if I ever took a job, my grandkids would find me and hunt me down because Pop Pop was home having a damn good time during the summertime and swimming in the pool. And we were going to the parks. It was to the point where I had parents at the park going, you're here all the time. And I'm like, yeah, I am. And it is the greatest freaking feeling ever. So when I found Michelle, my son was in surgery. I came back from Cincinnati, Ohio, and my son was having surgery. He's 14 years old, had three massive surgeries this past year. And I saw this video. My son came out of surgery that night. We're in there. What do you do in the hospital? You watch your phone, right? You watch every app there is. So I'm in there and I see this app and I see this video because I had been looking because I didn't want to go back to corporate America. Do you ever feel like this? There's got to be more. I cannot believe this is all there is. I know it can't be the only one. There's no way. I, what? Please tell me I don't have to work like Amy working 3 jobs. 2 jobs. There's got. I know that woman was saying there's got to be more. I didn't. I'm not there for this. So as we see the video, my son was. I watched my son during the night, and then my wife was sleeping. So I get this video. It's just a picture post, really, is what it was, and said I can learn the skills how to make daily pay, learn the skills, make $600 a day or $109,000 a year, working 2 hours a day. Well, I'm in corporate America. I know it all. I'm telling you right now, BS. There's nothing out there that works. I can tell you what 6 figures looks like, and I can tell you what the workday looks like. Period. I can tell you, and it wasn't 2 hours a day. But then I thought about it. Like I saw this video, and full transparency, my wife woke up in the morning. I showed her this, and then we looked at some content of Michelle's, and I'm like, my wife looked at me. She goes, "What are you thinking?" I said, "I'm thinking I'm going to do this." So that night, I'd already been looking for an online business. This had no monthly fees. There was other online businesses that wanted like $2,500. They were charging monthly fees. And I'm like, I don't even know if I can do this. I've never done this before. Like, I've been in corporate America. Trust me, I've been telling people what to do all my life in corporate America. And I mean, thousands of people tell what to do. Now I'm sitting here going like, okay, this is all me. All right. I don't even know if I can do it, but what the hell? I'm going to go for it. Literally, people, I made my decision in one night with my wife right now by my side. The ladies talk about all the money and everything, and I will share something. My story is not as simple and pretty as that. And why do I share that with you? I share this with you because I screwed up my setup. I did. I can break it. I did. Poor Michelle, but I did. Here was really cool. I didn't get it back right away. So I got my website back a little later than everybody else, like a lot later, because I screwed something up. The great thing is there was someone there to help me. Be clear on that. The second thing, I didn't make money right away. Now that's what most people like, oh my God, I didn't make. Well, think of something. You are learning a new skill. Be clear on that. These are the perfect steps. You're gonna learn working steps that you can make money right away. And that is the greatest thing you could do. Because Michelle always says it, if you ever go to a store and you see people standing around, they're not working all 8 hours. They probably worked, what, 2, 3, maybe, if that, really, come on. So all I'm saying is you're going to learn the skills. So you're going to learn skills. The other thing, when I tell you I didn't make any money right away, let me tell you why. That was my fault. I never asked our mentor any questions, but I did everything she told me to do, but I didn't ask questions. The day that I got support and I asked this mentor questions, and it's July 27th, to this day, I will never forget that day. There were 4 simple questions that we had a dialogue in the Zoom. The next 3 days later, I made daily pay 11 days straight. And in the 14 days after that conversation, I made $4,050. Okay, so fast forward, here I am today. The last 90 days, I will hit a little over $60,000 in the last 90 days. I'll hit that coming up here in a couple weeks. There's no doubt. So I thank Michelle. I thank the community because they are a blessing. They are amazing. But I'm going to leave it on this note. For me, it was not it was not about the money. I already knew digital marketing I already knew that because I've been in a field where digital marketing for us as a company that I was with, we were all over it. So I knew the credibility of the digital marketing. I just had never did this before. Second thing was the biggest concern of mine was I'm 56 years old. I have no clue if I can do this. And she said step by step. All right, well, I can screw that up, but I'll go for it. All right. So the third thing was there support? And again, I had a business coach in corporate America. I actually had a business coach where they spent $40,000 every quarter to come in and coach the executive team. Think about that. There's your coach right there looking at the camera right there. There's your coach. She'd already been there, done that. And I'm grateful. But I'll leave it on this note. This is really, I am going to end this. I am home with my kids. I'm a stay-at-home dad. If you think that this business can change your career, I'm the guy that you lost his job, and I never went back to a corporate job ever. I spend time with my kids. Pop up this. They take my food. They leave it all over the place, but they're that's my enjoyment. And then the very last thing is I went to school for the first time. I have 5 kids. I went to my son's high school for the very first time that I've ever been to my school, at my kids' schools. Never been to them. To the point I knew it was a good day when the teacher that said, with my wife came up with me, and everybody goes, "Hey, Miss Tess, hey, Miss Tess." Everybody knows and they're like, "And you are?" And I'm like, "Oh, trust me, when you're not around, they know it." And I had 5 kids go through this school. They all knew my wife. They didn't know who I was. And that was like that first day. So I went to his first day, my son's first day in high school. My heart just, I can't even tell you. Like, even now, it's like I'm so overwhelmed. So if you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. I'm just going to share with you, you can if you just put it. Corporate America, this right here is everything. And the last thing I'll say is I go golfing every afternoon. So whatever your want is, whatever your why, I live in a golf course in California. Come on. It's a sunny day. It's windy. I get to spend time with my kids. Period. End of story. I get to know my kids again. Oh, I got to know they are. And they're the coolest people. I know I'm not the only one that thinks this way about their family. My home is my kids and my family. And this business, I can just share with you, just do it. You just be coachable and just be you. Don't be anybody else but you. That's all I got.